Good evening, everybody. It's Natalie for Naturally Nurtured by Natalie here. Just jumping in to do Sunday reading. It's an open reading. That means it's not specific to anyone. But if there's anything that you resonate with or that makes sense for you or rings true for you, by all means, use what you can and left the rest. Follow along, watch the process, see what unfolds, let your curiosity guide you, and if it feels right, it feels right, and if it feels wrong, please feel free to skip. It's all good. So I'm going to go ahead. This reading is for the week beginning the 27th through to the 2nd, 27th of March through to the 2nd of April. And with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and shuffle the cards. I'm going to go quiet for a little bit as I shuffle, just for the fact that I'll be saying my prayers. Just asking for God, universe, spirit, to give a message for the week to who it's meant for, and just to enable me to read without ego, without implanting myself on there. The message is pure and clear. I'm going to shut up now and continue to shuffle because, well, we've got 2 pop-out cards. So, we shall be using those because when they jump out, I think it's important to use them. Continue shuffling. And if anybody notices anything wrong, or if this is not the way that the shuffling's to be done, please feel free to say. And I'm going to try and do something called magnetic resonance, where if there's a card that just sort of jumps out, we'll use that card. The overall energy is the 5 of Wands in reverse. So we'll put that there. And then we'll flip the cards. We have the 6 of Wands in reverse. The 9 of Swords in reverse. And the 1 of Cups in reverse. All reverse cards this week. So now I'm going to consult with the book to tell us, or to get my interpretation of what that means. Okay, so first we'll start with the 6 of Wands. Alright, so it says that the 6 of Wands is the career card of the minor arcana. 6 of Wands denotes triumphant achievement in one's career, wonderful news, fulfillment of ambitions, also triumph side by others' envy. Okay, and in the reverse, that usually says it's negatively aspected. So I'm going to just double check what that means as well. So it's looking like the first card saying watch career side, like career ends, which is important to have a look at. And it's saying that it's reversed is a positive omen. It says that it means that despite delays and challenges, that things that you've been hoping for or working on may come true. So it's like, don't let fear hold you back. That looks all right, innit? And apparently reversed, it's about victory, but be cautious. It's saying watch who you place your trust in. Okay. There may be someone who looks like they're a friend, but they're actually a frenemy, like, you know, them sly haters. Okay. And trust your instincts, because you know exactly, like, you always know. My grandmother always used to say, follow your mind. Like, I think it's one of them. Be cautiously optimistic at work. And in love, it appears with regard to a committed relationship, you may be feeling fear about the relationship. So just like keep your counsel, kind of examine alone first, and then, asking yourself what you're afraid of and whatever. And if there's specific things that your partner said or done which has contributed to that fear. And like, just kind of give yourself permission to want or need that reassurance, and it. Alright, boom. Okay. And also just work on your self-esteem, like, you're worthy of being loved, innit? Alright, let's move on to the Nine of Wands. This is mad because I'm trying to have Nine of Swords, sorry, in the center. It's mad because I'm trying to read the numerals upside down as well, because I'm a boss. Let me just double check. I brought in the page upside down. Basically, it's saying that it's symbolic of like suffering alone, of going through whatever you've been going through, saying that there can be like isolation, loss, sacrifice, or what have you. It's saying favourably aspected, it signifies shedding the past or beginning a new, like, endeavour. However, in reverse, I'm just going to double check it. Nine of Swords reversed. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to be giving out no dodgy information. You get what I'm saying? Okay. And it's saying that it can show that you're worried about something, and perhaps for a good reason. But the thing is not to make worries get to your head too much, you get me? And take action about the things that you can control. It's that old adage, isn't it? Worry about... It's natural to worry, but sort of take action on the things that you can. My nan used to have this thing in her house: God grant me the serenity to accept the things I can't change. You know that old school thing, you probably seen it in the grandma's house or something. It's an old saying. I'll see if I can find it actually. I'll post it on the Naturally Nurture page after. And also have caution. Take time when you're signing anything. Make sure, especially when it comes to business, slow down. It's worrying. Basically, worrying's not going to change anything. Do your best. Get your head down. And also, keep an eye out for anybody that might be trying to bite your ideas or what have you. And also, if you're looking for work, it's saying at this time, make sure that you don't sort of hold yourself back. Like, you're not going to, basically, closed mouth don't get fed. And in love, you might need to give deep thought to what's happening in a relationship. And if you feel that your partner's being dishonest or whatever, again, similar to the Six of Wands, it's a case of just kind of following your mind, follow your intuition. At the end of the day, it's not going to steer you wrong. Make sure that you manage it in a kind, gentle way that's, as kind and gentle as possible, as these, that these sort of situations allow. We're all human at the end of the day, and we make mistakes and do things and don't get everything perfect all the time. So just give ourselves time for that. All right. And then next up is the One of Cups. And Cups is about emotions. So it seems as if that there seems to be a theme happening here. And I'm going to, again, look up the Cups, because Cups represents a water sign. And I find this is very interesting. Like, I don't know if it's interesting for you guys, but I just find it fascinating. Right, Ace of Cups, or One of Cups, or Ace of Cups as it's known. And it's in the reverse also. It says it denotes a romantic meeting or a new love affair. If near other love cards, will result in marriage. If near the Empress, it can denote motherhood or creative inspiration. Also symbolizes joy. Okay, so in the reverse, let's have a look at that, because in the upright, it would be like whoop-de-doo. In the reverse, apparently it's a positive omen as well. But in general, you might be feeling a bit stuck. But know that, again, it's that time and attention that blockages can move, and it look at where you feel your blockages, Again, it's about acting and how you may act towards it, what you can change. Just think thoroughly. Don't be doing anything rash or impulsive. Da 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 da. In work, should be going all right. If you're looking for new work or what have you, you should see some signs of progress in the weeks to come. Not necessarily immediately, so you might just have to just hold on a little bit. You get me? And in love, it's again not a bad omen, but it can indicate that things aren't quite where they need to be. So you can see that there's a kind of a following trajectory of be vigilant, be observant, follow your intuition, see what's going on. If something don't feel right, more than likely it's not. Which takes us to the, I believe it is the Five of Wands in the reverse. Pure upside down business this week. But it's a good thing. Like sometimes it's a bit like the Hanged Man. It's not that he's upside down to make trouble. It's just that sometimes you have to sort of hang in there and be still. Like again, you'll hear me quote my nan loads of times. There's this saying that there's an old hymn she used to sing, "Be still and know that I am God." And I'm not saying that you have to be religious or anything, but it's that thing of just kind of being stopping long enough to sort of smell the roses, so to speak, and to pay attention and see what's going on in it. So the interpretation of the Five of Wands in the deck is it's triumph of love over obstacles, or a struggle that overcomes adversity in the material, but with the warning that mental ability is needed to triumph. Badly aspected, which I would say reversed, possibly. Five of Wands signifies carelessness in legal matters or bitterness through unfulfilled desires. So again, it's dotting your I's, crossing your T's, making sure that you're really observant. And on my backup, it's saying it can indicate open conflict and competition. Again, it's in the work arena. You know that you don't have to face it alone. Get help, listen to advice. Take one step at a time. Just watch your mouth in it, because I think where I'm not really as versed yet on sort of the celestial aspects, but I'm sure you can have a look on different YouTube videos and what have you about where the planets are and the impact that they may have, especially for you and your sign. And it's good to maybe look up your sun, moon, rising sign. But where it is at the moment, I think it's just about that time of being reflective, looking, stopping, thinking, observe. Just don't be impulsive, innit? You need to really believe and trust in yourself, you get me? And follow your instincts. I think I've said that. There might be disputes coming up at work, but avoid what you can. Don't run away from nothing, but if you don't have to get into an argument, altercation, what have you, then don't. And it make sure that you've protected yourself. Just making sure like you're keeping a diary of your times, making sure you're clocking in and out or signing a timesheet or what have you. Make sure that you're actually doing the work. Basically, make sure that nobody can't chat to you. And if you know you're doing everything proper and correct, then it's less likely that any foolishness that anybody might be coming with can have an effect on you. Does that make sense? Because the cards seem to be speaking to vigilance, especially around somebody. What I'm picking up, because it's talking about work and love. I don't know, some of you that are having these, I don't know, possibly, I'm no judgment or nothing, but might be that a partner could be having some sort of dalliance at work, or could be that they're using work as an excuse to just not be around, or you could be using work to not be around. But just look into that, what is causing that, what's really going in to make it. So that's what I'm getting from it. it doesn't, in one hand, it doesn't seem like it's a positive reading, and like I'm not gonna sit here and BS nobody. At the same time, I'm gonna just say directly this. It's all like minor arcana cards as well, so there's no major arcana cards. It's all like sort of court card, or what are known as the pip cards, and it's just I think, or what I can see, it's just be mindful, be observant, be watchful. Don't be popping off and making no brash decisions. Take your time and look into what's really going on. And if you like the reading, or if it has any resonance for you, or if it kind of makes, sometimes you hear something and you get the goosebumps, please like, comment, share your thoughts. Like, it's important. I could be chatting a bag of nonsense, I won't know. Like, don't be mean though, innit? Because obviously I'm not an idiot, innit? So like, but at the same time, like, be nice, innit? Like, I'm somebody's child too. So keep making your efforts, but just be aware, be observant, and have a good week, people. Naturally Nurture signing out. Peace.